Hi friends, welcome back to another furniture refinishing episode. My name is Melissa from Alive Refurbish, and in today's video we're gonna take a tall boy antique dresser and give it a light and airy makeover. If you're into that kind of stuff, stick around and watch until the end. Here we have a tall boy dresser from the dependable line company. Unfortunately, the veneer that sits on top of that small upper drawer has some water damage, so we have to get rid of it, along with that carved wood molding on top that's severely damaged. We're gonna start like we do every other makeover, removing the hardware, making sure that our piece is clean, so that way when we sand it in preparation for the treatment we're gonna give it, we won't be pushing any of the contaminants that are sitting on the surface into the wood grain, as these could possibly ruin our new finish. As you can see, my husband is helping me prep this piece today, and at this point what we wanted to do was to partially stain some of the dresser and paint the rest with something light and pink. But you're gonna see here that as we move forward we end up changing our mind. Here the husband is removing the water damaged veneer using a putty knife. After we're done removing it completely, we're going to be sanding, starting with a 120 grit, followed by a 220, and finally a 320 grit. I took full advantage of the help that I was getting today, and since the hubs was prepping this piece, I was busy inside in the kitchen prepping our meals for the week. The reason why I'm telling you this is because so far we have a plan, right? But after a few hours went by and the husband finished sanding the dresser, I came outside, he asked me what I thought, and what I saw completely changed my plan for this dresser. Once the wood is completely exposed, you find out why the original creator or maker of the piece decided to stain it with this color. And over the years in refinishing, I have found that they use this stain to cover different woods, different tones in the wood. They just try to make the whole piece cohesive looking. And that is exactly what we found underneath this stain. There were different wood tones, and patterns. I'm really grateful that at this time all those wood tones are appreciated and admired upon. As far as the repairs go, we use regular wood filler to fill in some dents that were on these woods that were covered by that damaged wood veneer that we removed. There was also a gap once we removed that top molding that was damaged, so we're using the same wood filler to cover that gap. One of the front drawers have really pretty molding that was broken, so I decided to try Quickwood for it. Quickwood is a two-part product that you knit together. Once those two parts are completely mixed, you have about 15 minutes to mold it and shape it to what you want it to look like. After 30 minutes, it's ready to sand like I did here, and it worked. There is a little bit of discoloration, but don't worry. After seeing all the beautiful wood tones, I couldn't cover them up, so I decided just to give these a light and airy finish by mixing these two water-based gel stains from Lilly Moon Paint. These stains are highly pigmented, they have a built-in top coat, water resistant, and I cannot emphasize enough the fast dry time, which is 20 to 30 minutes. I do have to tell you, I have found that if I miss my surface before applying the gel stain, I will have a longer open work time. On these days specifically, we were having close to 100-degree weather, so even though I sprayed my surface before applying the stain, the surface kept drying before I got to it, so just make sure that you work in small sections. Have a wet rag ready so that once you are done applying the stain, you can remove the excess right away. In this part of the video, I think I waited a little too long, so it took a little bit more elbow grease to remove it. Just be mindful of the temperature when using the stain. The same rule applies no matter what stain brand you're using. Follow the wood grain. I don't know if you can tell, but this top had wood grain that was going in different directions, so just make sure that you apply and wipe following that. These stains have a buildable coverage, which means that the more coats you apply, the better coverage you get. But since I want my wood grain to be at full display, once I'm done applying one single coat of this gel stain mixture, I'm going to be applying 2 coats of a clear top coat. After I let the stain dry for a couple of hours, we were ready to put the piece back together. It doesn't matter if I painted or stained the piece. I like to wait overnight before applying my top coat. Like I mentioned it earlier, I applied 2 coats of Lilly Moon paint top coat for full protection. Because we know that it's all about the details, we added this beautiful wallpaper that we felt fit the style of the piece. And that is all, my friends. Are you guys ready to see the final results? Well, here he is. This piece is breathtaking. All the patterns that were being covered up with the previous finish were exposed because I feel like they are worth of admiration. But leave a comment and let me know what you think of today's makeover. If you enjoyed today's content, remember to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of today's makeover. And don't forget that just like there's hope for these pieces of furniture, doesn't matter how tough things get, there's always hope for you. I will see you guys next time.